Then you go here, and it's gonna come up here. There you go. Tomás, siéntate aquí, ven. No, siéntate ahí, tranquilo. Let me know, Alyssa. We can go anytime. What's up?
Can't turn off the compressor from the fridge.
No, it's okay.
It's just all out of whack.
One day, I mean, it is what it is. It's messed up. It's messed up. Hi. Welcome to Flavor Square. Chef George behind the camera. Sorry that we're late. Dealing with a few little issues, but it is what it is. Tonight we're making a delicious recipe. You know, like usual, Flavor Square. Some alcohol and whatnot. And my teacher from high school.
What?
Soranji Jimenez. I wish like all of the guys from George Washington High School come in tonight and see what we're doing tonight. I hope so. I hope they come through, because we're gonna make a, you know, an amazing meal. Anyways, it's not a complicated recipe, but we have to do a lot, so we're gonna jump right in it. I'm not gonna talk as much as before, because you know I'm lying. Alice is back, so I'm happy. She wasn't here last week. She missed on the tostadas. Anyways, tonight we're making seafood. It's the summer. I told you guys before, in the summer we were gonna go crazy with seafood and all the stuff and whatnot. So that's what we're doing. So we're doing scallops, prawns, catfish, and what else is it? Oh, king crabs. Yes, king crabs. And my style, as usual, you know, I like to change it a little bit and whatnot. All of that seafood will be sitting on polenta. So, Shane, what's going on? Manuelita, hola. What's up, Shane? So you will see the people over here and whatnot. And there is a long echo. Okay, it's okay. It's a bad, Shane. We're having some issues tonight. Please deal with it, just for tonight. I wonder where the echo's coming from. I don't know. Anyways, let's start. So right away, I'm gonna start.
I'm gonna rub my glasses.
Okay. Yeah, I got burned on that. So right away, I'm gonna start with the polenta. From the polenta, I'm gonna jump on the king crab. You know what? I'm gonna jump on the king crab right away. Can you hear the echo, George, in your headset?
It sounds weird. I don't know what exactly it might be. Oh, it might be due to the fact that I don't have a microphone.
Oh, okay. Well, you're screwed. So, king crab legs. This is what we're doing. George, if you can get, you know, close to it. I already cleaned them. I cut some of them just for the fact that, you know, I want, when I'm making the meals here, I want them to go in right away and dig in and whatnot. You know this. I'm missing the beer. I totally forgot to get the beer. Let's keep the beer for tonight because we're already late. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to show you guys how to make some cool king crab. So what I'm going to do to the king crab, I'm going to add some butter, and it's going to go in the oven. Some lime and whatnot. Well, we'll see. Let's do it right away. So to the king crab, melted butter. Do not think that it's a lot of butter, because it's not. Remember, all that butter, you're not going to eat that butter. That butter is going to go all the way down to the sheet pan. It's just, you know, you have to add some flavor to it. I'm not going to add any water, any salt, because it's pre-cooked already. So it's already salted, it's already seasoned. So just with the butter, I'm going to put it in the oven, and I'll show you what else we're going to do with it. So right away, by the way, there's 2 pounds of king crab on that sheet hotel pan. 2 pounds, okay? And 1 cup of butter. So,
Yeah,
it's not an echo?
it says check for the audio.
Is what?
Static.
Static? Oh, it's just the thing,
Compressor.
the compressor. All right, so I'll give it 10 minutes at 325 degrees. So I'll leave that alone. Right away, I'm gonna jump on the polenta. And when you're making polenta, For those that don't know what polenta is cornmeal, but it's finer. The grain is finer. The corn is, super fine. That way when you're making it, it cooks fast, so it's totally different. It's not your regular cornmeal that is chunky and whatnot. So I have over here 1.5 cups of polenta.
So it's basically ground down grits?
Close to it, but not really, George. Not really. Grits is going to be for another episode. I'm going to do grits. I was going to do grits, but I said, you know what? No, skip it. Anyways, going back. So I'm going to start with a tablespoon of butter. You know what? Forget the tablespoon. Add some butter to your saucepan or to your pan, wherever you're making your polenta. Butter is one of the main things when you're making polenta. If you don't have butter, trust me, it doesn't taste the same. So if you're on a diet, break it for that day. So you have butter, and I diced some onion. I have about 2 to 3 tablespoons of onion. It's small dice. It's going in there. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna sweat those onions. So Angie, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. When you add those onions in there, you have to sweat them. You guys know me and the onions already. Just sweat them a little bit.
I thought you was gonna be like, where you going, baby?
What?
Where you at? What you doing? Nobody
Nope, I didn't get it, George.
sweating the onion?
Any questions?
No, they're just complaining about the audio.
Okay, give me a second so I could fix the audio, guys. Okay, let me see what's up with the audio here. It's full over here. Oh, wow. Okay.
Why?
Why not?
Why?
Guys, hello, can you guys hear me now? What? Okay, it's back up now. There you go. Can you try to switch the camera and see if it's working fine?
Hopefully it's better now.
Okay, listen, so it went off. Ended and started again. It's one of those days. It happens.
It will appear under your page, right?
Yeah. I just took it off. It'll go back on.
Okay.
Alyssa, can you put this screen on this computer and use the other one for the live, please? Hello? Test, 1, 2. Okay, it's fine. All right, so we might have people joining after, so it's one of them days, guys, so it is what it is. All right, sorry about that. It happens, some technical difficulties. It's been a long time we had any of those, okay? So we're gonna keep going. So, onions already sweated. Onions are already sweated. Let me share it. I'm gonna keep going. right, so onions already sweated. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna add some garlic to it. 1 tablespoon of garlic. Cook it. Once that's fully cooked, we're gonna go ahead and add some thyme. I wish you were here. That's the aroma from the garlic and this onion is like the best thing. Anyways, so you know garlic cooks quick, so it takes maybe 30 seconds. When the garlic is completely chopped fine, the garlic cooks really fast. So I'm gonna go with 2 cups of cream, but I'm not gonna go right away with the 2 cups. I'm gonna add maybe 1 and 1.5 cups. Add my polenta, and then I'll go from there. Before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and add some thyme. You want to add some of that flavor. Remember, it's Flavor Square. So you add some of that flavor in it. And I'm gonna add a little bit more fat. I'm gonna add some oil. By the way, it's canola oil. Okay. So once you hear the herbs popping, go ahead and add your cream. And again, I'm not.
How much is that?
There's 2 cups of cream here, but I'm not adding all of it at once. I'm gonna add some first, let it come to a boil, and then I'll keep going from there. And guys, one more time, sorry for the technical difficulties that we had today. We haven't had those in a long time, but it is what it is. All right, so let that come to a simmer. Once that comes to a simmer, you can go ahead and add the polenta. And remember, polenta, cornmeal, when you're cooking cornmeal, take this into consideration. Cornmeal, what it does is this is the fine cornmeal, it grows up. So you might need more than 2 cups. It depends how loose you like your polenta. Remember that, that's really important. So let that come into a simmer. Once that comes into a simmer, again, you could go with the rest of the cream. I already have the king crab going. And what I'm going to do now, since I'm doing some fried catfish, I'm going to go ahead and bread it. So what do I have for the catfish? I have cat fillets. Make sure that when you guys buy cat fillets, if they're too thick, you could slice them. I cut them thin. Obviously, you can see it on camera. You want to make sure that when you batter them and you fry them, you don't have those big catfish breaded that they still roll inside. Codfish, C-O-D, C-O-D. Yes, sir. Anyways, let's go ahead and bread those fish, and we'll jump into the other seafood right away. Alyssa, you're doing an amazing job. Thank you very much. You know how it is. Sometimes you have those mishaps and whatnot. Guys, what was that? Yeah, our day started kind of crazy. So this is going. I have the fish here. Some of the ingredients for the polenta. I'll give you the full recipe right now for the polenta. You know what? Before I go into the catfish, I'll give you the full recipe. For the polenta, pay attention. You need 2 sprigs of thyme, 3 tablespoons of butter. That's what I added over here. 3 tablespoons of butter, excuse me. 1.5 cups of polenta. For 1.5 cups of polenta, you will need 4.5 cups of cream. Maybe more, it depends. You need more cream if needed. 1 cup of Parmesan and 1.5 cup of cheddar cheese. Okay, so the cream is already boiling. Now I'm gonna add a little more of cream. You wanna bring that to a boil just so you could bring some of the flavor out of the herb that you added, garlic and onion. So, going back to the catfish, I know it's a little cloudy today. For the catfish, on our last video, I showed you guys how to do the batter for the, I guess, we have another, anyways. I show you guys how to do the buttermilk the batter for the buttermilk. So basically, if you have 2 cups of buttermilk, add Cajun spice to it and sriracha, and you whisk it. I showed you guys on the last video. If you guys want to know exactly, you can jump to the last video. Okay, I cannot do it today. We have a lot to do. So your catfish fillets, you drop it on that buttermilk. George, if you can come closer. I have that buttermilk with herbs, you know, thyme, rosemary, Cajun spice. So once you batter them, once you put it on the buttermilk, remember the buttermilk is a tenderizer, so you let it sit for at least 1 hour. You let it sit for at least 1 hour.
Are you going to fry them?
We're going to fry them. Go ahead and put it on the flour. Make sure it's completely covered on the flour. And take out the rest of the flour, you know, shake it so the excess comes off. And once again, you go ahead. If you get any of the herbs stuck to it, it's totally fine. Go, bread them. Once again, I'll do 3 pieces this time. Let's go with 4 pieces. Make sure that they're completely covered on flour. Yes, you could go to YouTube if you want. That's totally fine. You might not have any problems on YouTube. That's why we have both channels running. You know how Facebook is.
Manuel Lora is watching.
Cool. Hi, Manuel. Hi, Waldina. Okay, so you have to make sure the fish is completely covered on flour. That's the thing with buttermilk. If not, you're going to have some spots that they will remain open. Okay, so I have some in there already. Let me put this away. Okay, so now I have the crab leg going, almost done, 1 minute left. Polenta, I'm about to drop it before I drop the fish, and we'll work on the fish as well. So let's go ahead. All right. Now, once you drop the herbs, a few minutes later, 3 to 5 minutes, remove the herbs. You don't want that on your polenta. Make sure you remove all of it. Bring that to a simmer. And once you bring it to a simmer, you can go ahead and drop the polenta in there. Now, when you drop the polenta, make sure that you are working with a whisk. Very important. And once you drop it, you have to keep whisking it. You don't want any lumps on your polenta. Already hear the oven going off, meaning that the king crab is already warmed up. I'll leave them there until we finish here, because they're going back to the oven. I'll show you why. Okay, so this is working. And today's not my day, but it is what it is. Anyways, any questions, guys? Hello, Carmen.
Lady,
Hola, lady.
that's my cousin Carmen.
Hola, Carmen. Hola, Frank. You know, usually when that happens, you know, it's hard to pick up the viewers that you already have. Sometimes, you know, you might be at 20. Once they drop, they go back to 7, 5, and then it's hard. Okay, George, so you could show them real quick, George. The cream is already boiling. If I don't work fast here. Okay, so cream is boiling. Now that the cream is boiling, let me season real quick. I'm gonna add some salt. And you guys know me, I season everything I do. So I'm adding 3 pinches of salt. I'm going with a polenta. And make sure that you whisk. And this polenta, since it's so fine, it cooks fast, okay? Let me lower the heat. And whisk it.
what we call an harina de negrito.
Harina de negrito. Usually in the yard, when we make this back home in the yard, they call it harina de negrito, and it's sweet. It's super sweet. I mean, not super sweet, but that's the way they make it back home. They don't make it savory. They make it sweet. So you can see that it's kind of too thick. Real quick, what you do is this. Add some butter. Again. Add some butter. And you could go with the remaining cream. And then you cook it for 5 more minutes. And that's completely done. But since we're cooking, we're adding cheese to it, I'm gonna leave a little bit of the cream. I'm gonna leave a little bit of the cream out of the 4.5 cups that I had over there. You can see that is lumpy right now. That's totally fine, because once you whisk it, it goes back to normal. So you might have to add more cream than the 4.5 cups. It depends again on how much cream you wanna add. So again, I'm going with the cheese. So there's 1.5 cups of Parmesan. And I'm gonna add 1 cup of 1.5 cups of cheddar cheese and 1 cup of Parmesan. And you whisk it in. Now at this point, it might be lumpy. So you go ahead and add more cream to it. It's okay, I have backup cream. So I'll give you guys an exact amount of how much cream. So there's 4.5 cups in there right now. Okay, 4.5 cups. Look at that, beautiful. But you're about to break that diet. You're about to break that diet.
Oh my goodness.
Pinch of salt, that's all he needs. And I'm gonna add a little bit more of cream. Obviously I want it more runny than what it is now. And it tastes amazing. Alyssa, you're gonna like this because you can really taste the cheese on it. So one more time, guys, make sure that you whisk it. I believe that we made polenta on our 2nd episode when we started Flavor Squared.
Yes, we did.
Remember? Millie was here.
That was the 2nd episode.
1 more cup, so that's a total of 5 cups of cream. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna lower the heat. Right now it's low, but I'm gonna go almost 2 off, because I'm not gonna finish it. I wanna go and jump into the fish, and then I have to jump into the other seafood. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there for a little bit. I'll finish it when I come back from the fish. Okay, so the fish that I battered and I floured is going into the fryer.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is damn.
Yeah, it's fine. You could leave it like that. I don't want to go back and forth. I'm by myself. All right, so you let these guys fry, and I'm gonna jump right away.
What would be the temperature for that?
320 degrees. 320 degrees on the fryer. If you don't have a thermometer at home, put 3 cups of oil in between medium and high heat, and that way you have your best result. Okay, so that's frying. I'm gonna go and we're gonna start cooking some scallops. I don't know, but today feels weird. Maybe it's me, I don't know. Maybe it's the way that we started the day. Anyways, we only have, okay, hi Debbie. Edison, how are you?
Baby.
We cannot see the people from back home. Facebook don't add an account for the people from Dominican Republic. Don't ask me why. Anyways.
Racist.
Yeah, it's racist on Facebook. Okay, let me clear up over here. I'm gonna use this, I'm gonna use this, I'm gonna use this. What was that?
It could just be that there's different markets, but I'm gonna start with you.
Yeah, I'll stick to racism. It's not fake news. All right, so again, fish is frying, polenta is going, king crab are in the oven, they're done. The polenta I want it really runny, and you'll see it when I'm plating. Why I want it runny. Wow, even a low heat, this thing is still simmering. I don't know, one day it wants to make me look good, one day it wants to make me look bad, I don't know. Anyways, cast iron. Why cast iron? When you do using cast iron, you get the best seared out of your proteins. It doesn't matter what you're cooking, fish, shellfish, beef, chicken, whatever it is that you're cooking, you get the best sear out of it. So I'm gonna go with a splash of oil. The scallops, like anything else, you have to season. Yo guys, not for nothing, if you go to Store Leonard's, the pound of scallops is at $14 right now. Amazing price. You can beat that. I'm sorry, George, you can beat that. So anyways, going back to the scallop season, salt, little more salt, crack some pepper in them. If you have white pepper, even better. I forgot, I didn't bring it out. Okay, George, shut up. Yeah, it's working. So salt, pepper, both sides. I have a lot of scallops for today because we're hungry people. What do you think? I'm just gonna make 2 or 3 pieces of scallops? No, it's not gonna go that way.
They're all watching.
Hi, everyone.
Brianda is my student.
Hi, Brianda.
And Joel Salazar.
Hi, Joel. Okay, so this is heating up. And then going back to the cast iron, when you're using the cast iron, I'm gonna tell you again, it gives you the best sear. You get that nice color on whatever protein that you're cooking, and it cooks evenly. It's not hot on one spot. Since this cast iron is hot all around. What was that? All right, so let me leave the fish. George, you can show them on the fish what we have so far. I'm gonna let it rest a little bit and now dump it one more time. Okay, so going to the cast iron. Once you see it smoking, you can go ahead and drop your scallops. And again, one more time, you have to add salt to everything. And I'm gonna go ahead and drop those scallops. Yeah, baby. You can hear that sizzling. Scallops is one of my favorite things, other than halibut and tomahawk steak.
They cook very fast, right?
They do. 1 to 2 minutes, they're fully cooked. That's the thing with the scallops, that you have to, same with shrimp, yeah. But with the scallops, you have to understand that if you don't give it that nice sear, you don't have that texture, and then it tastes different. So you have to make sure that you give it, a really, really nice sear.
Like a steak then.
Like a steak. George, do me a favor. These are prawns. This is not your regular shrimp. These are 4 to 6 shrimp per pound. These are big shrimp. We're cooking these guys here today. I'm gonna dump them with the scallops as well. But in this case, I'm gonna go different with it. I'm not gonna add salt. I'm gonna go with a little bit of Cajun. Since Orange is going to New Orleans soon.
Yes.
So she can start getting used to that Cajun seasoning. I'm gonna go on the other side. I'm gonna season those prawns again with Cajun spice. And my scallops, it's time to flip them. Let's check. Let's see if I can show you guys about that sear. There you go. You want to make sure you get that type of sear when you get your scallops. That's the main thing about the scallops. That one is not ready yet. Let's flip it back. Let's see this guy. Yeah. And let's wait. I wish you were here, guys. It smells delicious. It really does. The problem that I have when I make meals like this is that totally left the polenta alone. when I make meals like this, I have too much stuff all over the place.
Yeah, it's like way too much going on.
Yeah. Okay, so that polenta is ready to go. Give you? Put it on the side? No, no, it's off already. Going back to the scallops, flip them. And guys, I kid you not, if you were here and you have the smell from the scallops, you'll go crazy. All right, so once you flip them, one of the main things when you're cooking scallops is that you have to baste. George's favorite part of cooking, basting. You have to add some butter. When what?
When in doubt.
When in doubt, you add butter. You add butter, herbs, thyme goes in there.
That's my kind of dish.
Oh, wait till you try it. Wait till you try it. All right, so you can go ahead and baste. When I mean baste, you tilt the pan a little bit and go ahead with the butter all over the scallops. And man, it smells good. Seriously, I wish you were here. Baste those scallops. They're done. Scallop is not one of those things that you cook for a long time. So you baste. Once you finish basting, grab a scissor plate, empty plate, take them out, let them rest for a second. It's not like a steak, it'll take, obviously, seriously, it'll take a minute for those scallops. To me, I usually like my scallop. If it's up to me, I'll cook it on one side and eat it. That's what I do.
I mean, yeah, you want to get that rare, you know what I'm saying? Like right medium rare, right before medium rare.
Unless you're frying them. If you're frying them, it's a different story. Yeah, you don't want to cook the sweetness out of them. All right, so in the same oil and the same butter that I cook the scallops, I'm going to go with the prawns. Right away, I'll go with the prawns.
Oh my God, Gerard.
Good?
Oh my God.
So I go with the prawns. One of the main things when you're cooking scallops or anything that you want to get a good sear, don't overcrowd it.
Who's on a diet? Not me. Who's in a diet? I'm not in a diet.
I'm not in a diet, but you can be, even if you're in a diet and you have stuff like this, you still go. You still go.
I'm so happy right now. You know what I'm going to do tomorrow morning?
What?
Go to Florida
And get some scallops?
and get some scallops.
All right, so prawns are done, are working, scallops are done, polenta is almost there. Fish, I'm gonna dunk them one more time in that fryer.
So you double fried, almost like you do.
Double fryer. Remember when we did the chicken and waffles?
Yeah.
When you use buttermilk, you have the best result when you double fry. Always, yeah, that's the best result because it's crunchy, but you have to remember, don't overcook it. So you cook it, for example, it's fish, 2 to 3 minutes, take them out, let it rest, dunk them back in for another 3 minutes. That's it, simple as that. Okay, so this is going in there. Now I'm gonna go back into the polenta and I'm gonna finish that polenta. And it might be a lot, you think that it's a lot, but it's not. You saw me cook this meal in a few minutes. So total is from 1.5 cups, you add, for 1.5 cups of polenta, you go with 6 cups of cream. If you're not into cream that much, you can add water or stock. It doesn't matter, you can go with that. Look at those prawns. Cajun spice prawns. They smell delicious. Let me go back into the polenta. I just want to warm it up a little bit. Get it to that, you know, runny state. Any questions, Orani?
No questions here.
Alyssa, you ready? She's like, yeah, I'm hungry. So yeah, go ahead and whisk the polenta. Once you incorporate the cream and it's soft, excuse me, you saw I'm making a mess today. Don't mind me, you know. I have very important guests here today. That's why I'm kind of nervous.
Aww.
So don't mind me. So once it's runny, once you incorporate it and it's into the runny stage, turn it off. Right away, turn it off. And what I'm gonna do now,
It's almost like a porridge. Right?
let me grab a plate real quick. This is gonna be my picture plate. I'll do the picture plate real quick. Man, look at those prawns. Woo-hoo. Can't wait for this. Ooh. All right, so I'm gonna go, and with the polenta, I'm gonna go right away. On the polenta, grab your plate, dump, yes, dump it, and go down. It could be a little bit more runny, but hey, it is what it is. That's what I'm going with. So you have your polenta. Let me dump the fish again. Prawns are working. King crab. Now I'll show you a little trick with the king crab. When you're doing your king crab and you put your butter in there, don't just give the king crab and the butter. No. Put some Parmesan cheese on it, all around. Some Parmesan. Why not? Some panko breadcrumbs that I toasted. Go with it.
Texture.
For texture. That way when you bite it, you have a little bit of texture in there, you know. And what you can do, grab a scallop. Maybe 2 scallops on that plate. And you grab one of those prawns, 1 or 2. See, I remember Amber. Hi Amber, how are you?
Hi, Amber.
So you grab 1 or 2 of those prawns. Let me turn this off. There you go. Fish is almost done. Look at this guy. Why not? Go with this claw right here, and you're gonna place it right here. And you already have an almost completed dish. Let me take the fish out. Where did I put that thing? Oh. So here's the buttermilk cod. Once you finish with the fish, go ahead and season with salt and pepper right away.
That's actually one of my favorite fish.
More of what?
That's one of my favorite fish.
Codfish?
Yeah.
Look, put 2 pieces. You know what? It's too much on that little plate, so I'm just gonna put 1 piece of the codfish. And obviously, you guys know me already. Once I plate, you have to put some salad in there. So we're gonna put some salad there as well. So when you do a seafood platter like this, you have to go crazy. You have to put all the seafood and all the stuff and go with it right away. You know, don't go crazy. So let's put some salad because we have some people on diet here.
Not anymore.
Let's go ahead and add some salad to it.
Seafood is healthy,
Oh
right?
my goodness.
We want to go with some parsley
Say
right
hi
there
to
on
my
top.
friend Lisette
Highly set.
and Jose, who just graduated.
Jose, congratulations.
Hi, Jose.
And that's all the salad you're getting. Let me clean that up for you,
That's
George.
the salad?
That's all the salad you're getting. That's all the greens that you're getting.
Ay, mi madre.
That's all the greens that you're getting. Guys, if you want, share the video, please. Usually I'm not this messy, but it's, you know, it's too much going on. It's a dish that has a lot going on. So, George, did you take like a really like a really good shot of it? And you know what's better? If you grab some of the fat from where you cook your scallops and your prawns and you dump it right on top of the...
That's how you make it extra healthy.
That's how you make it extra healthy. You know what? We're missing the bacon here, though. No, but Alyssa's here today, so I can put no bacon in there. So that's your dish. You have creamy polenta, king crab, you have your prawns, your scallops, hey, and your fried cod. You cannot go wrong with a dish like this. There you go, George. That's a better shot for you.
I don't think I'm gonna find that in Orleans.
You may, but I don't think so. Not like this, no. This is Joab style. I don't think you're gonna find Joab style.
There's no way.
No way.
Oh my God, that looks amazing.
Wow, George, nice job. I like it. I really like it, George.
God.
Any questions, guys?
Se ve delicioso, dice Manuel.
Hola, Manuela. Anyways, guys, one more time, please click the share button. And once again, I apologize for the technical difficulties that we had earlier. It's one of those days that we had a long time ago. It happens. It's Facebook and life and whatnot, so I'm not even upset. I'm here with great company, great food. Click the share button, follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, and that's about it, baby. The face and my team, the face and my team in seafood. That's about it for tonight, guys. We'll see you next week. If you guys have any question, hit me up. I love you all. I really do. See you guys. Okay. So you have those days when